Hey guys, so for the first 24 hours of my upload for part 1, that you guys got to 70k views in one day, thank you very much, I was demonetized. So today's video has a sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Iris Beauty. Iris Beauty is a New York City based beauty brand who have unique colour contact lenses that fit like a glove. They're safe to use and they are FDA approved, but not the fake FDA approved like Jaclyn Hill FDA approved, but real FDA approved, if you know what I mean. Iris Beauty offer one thing: unique shades, quality lenses, and at an affordable price for beauty addicts everywhere who love to discover and learn about new products every single day. So without further ado, let's take a look at the various different colours that they sent to me. We have Glam Grey, Rebel Brown, and Mineral Green. Okay, so this colour is called Glam Grey. The reason I'm only showing you one eye is because I feel like it's really important for people to see what the eye colour actually looks like on extremely dark eyes. So this is Glam Grey. Rebel Brown. And Mineral Green. Okay, so my favourite one by far has to be Rebel Brown. The reason that I like Rebel Brown is because they're a slightly lighter brown to my original eye colour, and I feel like it's extremely wearable and something that I will literally wear every single day. This is not the first time that I've worked with Iris Beauty. They have worked with me in the past, so I want to say a massive thank you for sponsoring today's video. But we all know why we're here, to do some conspiracy ass shit. So y'all ready? Let go. Firstly, before you start this video, if you haven't seen part 1, can you please make your way over to part 1. I will link it at the top right hand side of the screen. Go to part 1, watch that. It will be imperative that you watch part 1 in order to understand part 2. Okay, so after everybody's conspiracy theories regarding the Shane Dawson being spill sesh and the last video, some of my thoughts have somewhat changed. I'm not entirely sure about any of the theories that I presented to you in the last video, but I'm especially unsure if spill sesh is Shane. The reason I say this is because many people pointed out that spill sesh sounded Canadian, and to begin with I didn't see it, but the more I started listening I was like, oh yeah, she's totally Canadian.
Can't even talk about most of the topics that we're talking about now. But
on the other hand, true crime channel Amber Loves Mystery posted that she used words in spill sesh's comment section like the words Shane and Morgan, and it seems as if spill sesh has those words blocked. And to add another weird coincidence, somebody pointed out to me on Twitter that at the very beginning of spill sesh's channel, she had affiliate links to someone's merch, and that someone was Shane Dawson. So I'll leave you to think what you want in regards to that one. I also wanted to correct something else. Many people in the comment section felt as if I had some kind of beef with Rich Lux. I don't, we're good. He respects my hustle, and I even asked him before I posted up the video if he wanted to know what my conspiracy theory is, and he said that he wanted to be surprised. So he gets the gigs, girl. It's all exposure. Even spill sesh is digging the extra views her account is getting. So chill. Okay, so in the last video, we spoke about the changes in monetization, the effects on the LGBTQ community, the YouTube rating system, the idea of Rich, Shane, and Jeffrey starting drama within the beauty community to shut down drama channels and commentary channels, and the idea of spill sesh being Shane Dawson himself as some kind of social experiment for his latest video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Lonely Girl 15, Susan Wojcicki, and the false flag agenda. The new rule change changes in regards to creator versus creator harassment, and YouTube's new copyright system, the YouTube trending page, and why Spill, Grill, and Brew are good replacements for the drama community and the not so advertiser friendly communities. So let's start with something that YouTube have been trying to shove down our throats, the YouTube trending page, in part 5. Last we left off, we were talking about Shane Dawson possibly being Spill Sesh. Well, just put that aside from your mind right now, because last year in a video with Jordan Lee, Bobby Burns' ex-girlfriend, Shane Dawson and her were speaking about some pretty interesting algorithmic issues with YouTube and how unfair the trending page has become, and the possibility of corporations paying for advertisement space on the trending page. This makes no sense right now, but I promise you it all will.
How do you feel about YouTube promoting like James Corden or late night shows or Kevin Hart series?
This is an almost bigger topic, but I'll get into it because I feel like you guys might be the only people that care about this.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised by it, and I understand it because I think YouTubers are such a small percentage of what makes YouTube money.
Yeah.
I think the bigger percentage is places like ABC paying YouTube hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to push their online Like, I think ABC is literally like, hey, we're going to give YouTube $100,000 this month. Can you just put all of our view clips or Corden clips or whatever on the trending page so spread the word? Like paid placement, 100%.
Because there's nothing defined as what goes on there.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but they did define it in their actual YouTube information.
Yeah.
They say that it's an algorithm and that they don't do paid promotion.
Here's the thing too. Maybe, hey guys, maybe they don't pay YouTube to put it on the trending page, but what they do is they put their premium ads, right? So when the shooting happened, one of them, Jimmy Kimmel did a monologue about the shooting. Number one trending had ads on it. Everybody got pissed because they're like, how come you're not putting ads on everybody else's videos talking about the shooting? Why only Kimmel's? And then it came out that the reason they did that was because ABC bought the ad space and was putting premium ads on it, because that's what ABC wants to do, right? They want to put their best ads in front of all their ABC content. And YouTube wants to make money. So YouTube's like, of course we're going to trend all the ABC content because that's the better ads. I don't get good ads. Why would they trend me? Graveyard Girl gets good ads because she's brand friendly. So it's like, of course they're going to trend her. It's all about money. So YouTubers are less interesting to YouTube because we're making them the least amount of money. So of course they're going to promote and push TV, movies, everything that has better ads. And I'm not even mad at that because I understand it. Like,
So basically in this video, Shane Dawson pretty much theorizes that big corporations that have better ads such as Fox, CNN and the late night shows get on the trending page frequently purely because they're running those bigger ads and make more money for YouTube overall than its creators, and that's why we frequently see things that aren't necessarily trending on the trending page. YouTube is focused on the money.
in my head, it would be so easy if they just changed the name from the trending page to featured content or editor's choice, which is what they did, like 7 years ago?
But I think the reason they don't do that is that implies some kind of responsibility that they don't want to have.
Responsibility.
It's not completely weird that so many corporations find themselves on the trending page, because I've begun to see pages such as Tasty, who literally have a monopoly over the cooking channels on YouTube, and 5 Minute Crafts, who have a plethora of different channels, The Bright Side, and even Super Slime Sam that makes kid-friendly content in several different languages. That's literally just the same content but with a new voiceover artist in each country. At this point, it isn't even about having real quality trending content. It's about putting on trending the content that will have and generate the best adverts and that will make YouTube the most money. So is it possible that the corporation that runs Spill, Grill and Brew and On the Hill are doing something very similar because they know that having multiple channels that hit multiple niches make the corporation earn more money, running it like a well-oiled machine? Follow me here. Spill covers drama, Brew covers science and stuff, Grill is your controversial tea channel like a mini Keemstar. They know what works from us, and now they're saturating us with sanitized versions of us. Allegedly. So with the new commentary and drama channels being ran by corporations who possibly have access to more data and statistics in regards to the algorithm and can pump out high quality videos at a faster velocity than your average drama or commentary channel, is this an experiment ran by YouTube? I mean, This is not the first time that YouTube would have put funding into this kind of a project.
YouTube has had several false starts with what they like to call premium content. So let's start with the first premium content initiative, also sometimes called the Original Channel Initiative. Back in 2012, YouTube bankrolled an initiative to fund 100 original channels. They spent about $100 million and focused that money partially on channels that already existed that they wanted to include and have participate in this program. But the vast majority of these channels were startups that were essentially pitched to YouTube for the opportunity to be part of this initiative. As some of you guys know, I've spent a good deal of my career launching channels, creating content, show running on channels exactly of this type, and indeed exactly within this initiative. So I have some fairly intimate knowledge of what we'll be discussing for the next couple of minutes. Long story short, the original program initiative was a failure. While a good deal of the channels launched through that initiative do still exist, many of them are now technically dead channels, and few to none of them have had the success of more traditional YouTube channels, or more importantly, the success of YouTube channels that did not have the advantage of getting $1 million or more from YouTube. Essentially, none of these premium content channels were able to replicate the success or provide an ROI of a channel where it's just some weirdo talking to a camera in her bedroom.
And those projects failed. So think of this agenda as the next project, the erasure of free speech and commentary on YouTube. And what would be the best way of silencing commentary and drama channels? By calling what we do harassment. And that leads me to part 6. It's no secret that members of the beauty community hate drama and commentary channels, but some of them see our value and our influence and don't treat us as subhumans. But the majority either don't talk to the media, drama channels, or only have bad things to say about us, especially those on the opposing end of a scandal. Last month, a roundtable talk with a bunch of different YouTubers and influencers went viral because Mr. Problematic himself, James Charles, had some choice words to say about drama channels.
For sure, but almost always they're never, it's never like news, it's always like based on assumptions. There are some that literally upload like stories about something within like minutes of anything happening. I'm like, did you even do research? Did you even look at all sides of the situation? Did you even think about this, or did you literally just upload this because you know that the title's going to get views?
The problem is the system. It's not the individual creators. It's the fact that the algorithm rewards this kind of content. It's the problem.
Yeah. I mean, like, quickly too, if I can give some advice to any of like the kids that are watching, is that you have the power. Stop like promoting these channels that are doing horrible things, because it just re-incentivizes them to do it more and more again. So if you don't want to be a part of that, stop watching. I know sometimes like I'll get down a rabbit hole just because, again, the algorithm favors it and it's feeding me more and more things. And I'm like, I don't support this. Why am I watching it? Because it's indirectly supporting it.
The channel, I have every single drama channel blocked.
Nice.
Like, don't put that shit in my feed. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see it. Don't care if it's about me. Don't care if it's about anybody in the community. Like, I'm not feeding into it. And it's just like,
good for you.
It's just gross. Thing, isn't it? It is
drama
new.
Okay.
It's like junk food for your brain.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's awful. Next question.
Now, it's no secret that James Charles is very familiar with Susan Wojcicki, or however the hell you pronounce her name. He probably has her on speed dial, and he was one of the few chosen creators chosen to go to the Met Gala as representatives of YouTube.
Susan was a real one. It was a puddle.
Susan is a real sister. Susan
I said,
is.
that is my sister, and she said this dress will not go into a puddle, and she bent down in her fabulous dress and helped me. And she's a real one.
She is. Sister Susan is a queen.
So it was very interesting when Susan had this to say about creator versus creator harassment on YouTube and what constitutes as harassment.
Again, we don't want to have creator on creator harassment, but we also need to be able to define the policy in a careful way such that we are enabling a lot of the free expression and a lot of the content that we think is defining for culture, but also being sensitive to the issues on creator harassment.
Because I've been told, like, this side of the year kind of thing, that it's going to be happening. There will be new harassment laws where videos of a creator bashing another creator will not be acceptable on the platform anymore. Because the people's like whole channels are just built now, tearing each other down, and it benefits the person creating the video because they're earning a ton of money, actively promoting a creator hating another creator to benefit themselves, not because they hate even the creator.
Right. No, I understand, and I our goal is to enable our content creators to create valuable content that's beneficial for society, not to be creating a content and getting their views by criticizing someone else, right?
Yeah.
And trying to take them down in some way. And there are these motives here that are not good for the ecosystem, they're not good for creators overall, and it's not behavior that we want to encourage. I think we'll have a policy this year, meaning 2019.
Because I think it's just such a clash of freedom of expression, but then freedom to belong. Like, I know so many people that have had so many negative videos made about them that they don't feel like they belong.
Right.
And I'm like,
well, I've had this
that's not the goal of
too.
YouTube, but then the other person should have the freedom of expression.
Sure.
And I'd love for YouTube to say either, no, freedom of expression trumps it, you can say that about other creators, or as a platform we don't agree with that, freedom to belong is more important to us in these scenarios, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
But because there is no answer, people are literally like printing money at the moment, and YouTube is rewarding it by hating people.
Well, we do have a harassment policy today, but where we've drawn that line for me is not high enough.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think we all acknowledge that. So to be clear, we do have a harassment policy, but I am agreeing with you that the line is not drawn right now in the right place. And that's why we are looking to redraw it.
So it seems like Susan and the bosses at YouTube are wanting to stop creator-on-creator harassment. Basically, anyone who has an adverse opinion and has the influence to change perspectives and challenge conventions on YouTube and criticise creators when they do whack-ass shit. One way that I have seen YouTube censor the commentary community is by removing themselves completely from the copyright system. A few years back, YouTube had a copyright system that made sense, that worked and did not allow other creators to abuse it as much. Well, that's all changed. Here's what the copyright law used to be, as I prefaced in a video of mine in 2017. So A says, hey, that's my content, copyright strike. YouTube, in order not to get in any kind of legal troubles, takes down that video immediately. The video has to be disputed before anything can happen. It just takes the video down. That's the way it works. So person B, which is me, I then have to turn around to YouTube and say, hey, YouTube, you took down my video. This video did not violate any copyright laws. I did not infringe upon any laws whatsoever. So then YouTube's like, so what do you want to do? Do you want us to manually look at it? And then I've got to go, well, yeah, please. So YouTube sends one of their people to have a look at my video and its content and assess whether it falls under copyright. If the video falls under copyright, then I am forced to keep that copyright strike. If they deem the video not copyright infringing, then that means that the information gets sent back to person A and they say, you cannot make a claim against this video any further. We have deemed it as acceptable. Now the rules have changed and the channels are getting strikes, including mine, for commentary and drama channels using other content creators' footage for commentary and critique. I've been struck in the past by good old Anisian for making critical content on him and for using his footage. Not only was my content removed from YouTube, but I then had a strike. The copyright system now goes as follows. YouTuber A makes content on YouTuber B using their footage. YouTuber B gets pissed and claims copyright. YouTuber A appeals and says it's for critique. YouTuber B has 30 days to respond. 30 days passes, YouTuber B now has the right to decline that appeal and auto-remove and strike the channel. YouTuber A then has to appeal the content again, and if YouTuber B can't take them to court within a month, then the video goes back up and is monetized. By the time that this process has happened in its entirety, it could be more than 2 months. Timing is everything when it comes to YouTube commentary and drama channels, and the revenue is gone. The interest in the story is gone, and the YouTuber who now abuses this system has avoided being called out by silencing the relative channels. Onision has worked that out already. By changing the copyright system to no longer work in the favour of commentary or drama channels, when it comes to fair use law, drama channels and commentary channels that use footage for critique are no longer protected by the law, because YouTube has pretty much made it impossible for us to work within the parameters of the law. I mean, sure, we could sue for loss of earnings under a false copyright claim, which in itself is illegal, but that takes time and money. money. And it would have to happen to somebody rich enough to play ball. And as much money as drama channels and commentary channels make, I don't think the majority of us can play ball with the top influencers who can drag this entire process through court as long as possible. And that's just facts. So by creating new creator-on-creator harassment rules and changing the copyright system so it doesn't protect the drama and commentary channels, is this all a part of a bigger agenda? Let's get into it in part 7. Okay, so we have the idea, the notion, if you will, that Spill, Brew and Grill are run by a corporation that have the ability to be on trending more so than the drama channels whose voices they can't control, purely because they provide better ads for them as they are more censored. With the creator versus creator harassment community guidelines being a change that Susan wants to make and is currently implementing on the platform by updating the copyright system that's in place, is it possible that Dramageddon 2.0 was started by her in order to implement these new rules and eliminate and replace the drama community? Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Petty Paige, didn't you say in your last video that Shane, Rich and Jeffrey were behind it for research for a new video? Well, why can't both be the truth? What if Susan wanted the James Charles versus Tati drama to go viral so she had the basis to remove our rights? Kind of like a false flag situation. If you are not familiar with what a false flag is defined as a covert operation designed to deceive. The deception creates an appearance of a particular party / group or nation being responsible for some activity, disguising the actual source of responsibility. Back in the day, the term false flag originally referred to the pirate ships that flew flags of countries as a disguise to prevent their victims from fleeing or preparing for battle. Sometimes the flag would remain and the blame for the attack would be laid incorrectly on another country. The term today extends beyond naval encounters to include countries that organise attacks on themselves and make the attacks appear to be the enemy nations or terrorists, thus giving the nation that was supposedly attacked a pretext for domestic repression and foreign military aggression. That is a lot. But basically, a false flag is a reason for shit going down to cover up a bigger agenda. So what if Susan wanted the drama to happen in the way that it did, to slowly take away the rights of commentary channels, censoring them without anyone battering an eyelid, getting a YouTube audience to almost say, well, you deserved it. Or as the T community would say, Anna, ooh!
And ooh!
But this isn't the first false flag situation involving YouTube that we have been involved with. In fact, an operation was conducted in 2006 before YouTube even became a monetized platform in 2009. And that operation was Lonely Girl 15, who we will discuss in part 8.
Generally speaking, people who watch YouTube videos don't respond to a product that feels like a product. Aside from Vivo channels, the top YouTube channels are the ones that have a cult of personality and who have built their entire YouTube careers off of the feeling of an actual relationship. The direct access that the viewers have to the viewed. The YouTuber is a friend in your head and one with whom you can actually interact.
So who is Lonely Girl 15? Well, I'll let a YouTuber by the name of Soft Lavender tell you.
Hi guys, so this is my first video blog.
When most hear Lonely Girl 15, 2 words come to mind. Internet hoax. But below the surface, there is much more. It's an example of trying out a project in a non-traditional format with almost no financial backing, and that concept exceeding the wildest of expectations. To understand this fully, we must view the YouTube channel's first videos.
Well, I guess a video blog is about me. My name is Bree. I'm 16. Yeah. Well, what you need to know about my town is that it's really boring. Like, really boring. That's probably why I spend so much time on my computer.
A doctor named Miles Beckett clicked on a link that took him to a video called Lazy Sunday on a video platform called YouTube. Beckett became fascinated with the platform. At the time, YouTube was just in its infancy, but by the summer of 2006, it would become the fastest growing website on the internet. Beckett continued to watch content, follow the community, and learn about it. After viewing numerous videos, he had a thought. How could you really decipher between what was real and fake on YouTube? Anyone could record themselves on a webcam and post whatever they wanted. What if there was a fictitious YouTuber that video blogged events in their life, that told a story, like on a TV show? After having this idea in the back of his mind for a while, he went on to meet Mesh Flanders at an LA karaoke bar. Beckett revealed his concept. Flinders was extremely interested. Days later, the two began writing a script, and in 2 weeks they had the entire story arc, along with plot points mapped out for 3 months of videos. The decision was made to have the set for the show be inside Bree's bedroom, which was actually Flinders' room at his own house. Props were bought from a local Target to turn Flinders' room into a typical teenager's room. Beckett and Flinders got a lawyer, Greg Goodfried, who eventually became a producer of the show, to head the business side of the project. Greg's wife, Amanda Goodfried, who worked for creative artist agencies, was also brought on board to maintain Bree's MySpace page and keep the real identities of the actors a secret. Caleb and Rose were instructed to delete all their real-life social media pages, and everyone involved with the project had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. With all the characters casted and a plan for production, the filming could begin.
Lonely Girl is, for all intensive purposes, an internet hoax. She was a fake girl in a fake bedroom living a fake life that was actually an actress controlled by a role, a script, directors and producers. The human epitome of censorship friendly. A human mannequin that could be controlled. I personally believe that Lonely Girl 15 was YouTube's first experiment. I say this because at the first ever Streamy Awards, the actress who played Bree, aka Lonely Girl 15, Jessica Lee Rose, was invited to the event that happened to happen in 2009, the year that YouTube became a monetized platform. Coincidence? I think not. Many people believe that Janelle Eliana, Emma Chamberlain and Joanna Sedia are all plants that have been made by YouTube in order to put their best foot forward of the kind of content they want to promote on the platform.
Meanwhile, they're already phasing in, I think, what they want to be the new faces of YouTube. Because we already have some alleged YouTube plants. Emma Chamberlain. Rumors of her being a YouTube plant have circled for quite some time, and to be honest with you, it's not that crazy. In fact, it would be evolution. It would be an evolution of their original channel initiative, where they've since learned from the first couple of failures that it needs to be hyper relatable content, a hyper relatable channel for it to work. And as my girl As Told by Kenya has discussed at length, Emma Chamberlain is the epitome of the relatable white girl, despite the fact that she isn't relatable at all because she's a YouTube plant, millionaire. More recently, we have Janelle Eliana, who has 3 videos and 1.7 million subscribers.
So it's not a completely weird concept to me that personable content is what is successful on YouTube. It's why the beauty gurus are some of the most influential on the platform, because they really share their lives in Q&As and get ready with me's, and even sharing their socio-political stances with the communities that they have created out of their own personal fan bases. So what if all of your favorite YouTubers were to do a collaboration? That would be like one hell of a collaboration. The cross-pollination would be wild. So let's take a look at that theory in part 9. Okay, so this is the part that you've all kind of been waiting for. My thoughts on Spill, Grill, Brew, and On the Hill. So, let's go. Spill is run by a corporation, but you already knew that because D'Angelo Wallace has already told you in his video that already has 500,000 views. God damn, views like that? I don't know her. Anyway, take a listen to what D'Angelo has theorized in his video.
Spill's video format is identical to that of any other drama channel, with the added bonus of some sweet custom artwork. We have the little avatar, the overly dramatic music, and the very straightforward approach to presenting the content. No jokes, no extras, no commentary. However, Spill does have one thing that I have never really seen in a drama video. Actual research. I'm not talking about digging up old tweets or finding archived web pages. I'm talking about college level research paper, MLA citation research for internet drama. So it takes Spill a lot longer to make a video on the topic than it does any other drama channel. What is Brew? So we're all familiar with science channels here on YouTube, right? Every single video is about the physics and the math. Let me look at both of their channels. Something weird is going on here.
Flexibility and his opposition to anybody who saw things differently than he or his fans.
Which makes me wonder. You know, I've got a minute while I wait for a fresh pot to brew. So, let's explore a quick case that's out of this world.
I'm scared. But then things got even more complicated.
Alright, that's enough. It's time to burn some tweets.
Yes, there is a third channel, this one for reading tweets, called Grill. It's the same art style, but appears to be a different artist.
Dee tries to work out how many people could possibly be behind these channels.
So, how many people are working on these channels? I think we need to make a list. So we have the scriptwriter for Spill, the scriptwriter for Brew, the narrator for Spill, the narrator for Brew, and then the editing team for both. And then we have whoever is illustrating and animating these videos, which I'm gonna go ahead and assume is 2, because there has to be an assistant. So we have 8 people that are working on these 2 channels. They don't do brand deals, they barely promote their merch, and from what I looked at, their social media accounts only promote their videos. So I don't quite understand what's being sold here. I'm just gonna go ahead and add the narrator, writer, and artist for that one, bumping this up to a team of at least 11 people, none of whom I was able to find any information on. I checked through every single social media post, I went back to the beginning, I was on their social blade, and all that made me think was that there's actually a 12th person, because somebody has to be maintaining all of those social media accounts, as well as uploading the videos, getting the title tags and descriptions right, inserting the ad breaks, making sure the end screens are correct on each video. That's a job in and of itself if it's being done multiple times a week. So, who is running these channels?
To add to this, there is now a third channel called On the Hill that includes all of these characters as fictional people in a fictional setting in a fictional world. So remember what nappy-headed Joe said?
And few to none of them have had the success of more traditional YouTube channels, or more importantly, the success of YouTube channels that did not have the advantage of getting $1 million or more from YouTube. Essentially, none of these premium content channels were able to replicate the success or provide an ROI of a channel where it's just some weirdo talking to a camera in her bedroom. The point is, generally speaking, people who watch YouTube videos don't respond to a product that feels like a product.
People want to feel like their YouTubers are personable, and that's the most effective way of generating popularity on YouTube, by creating a community. So what if this alleged corporation that created these characters gave them backstories and made them personable just so they could replace your favorite YouTube personalities? And they would have learnt that from their first experiment with Lonely Girl 15. When Dee decided to get on his little character, I thought that was a smart idea. Nobody wants to have real content creators anyway, so let's get ahead of the curve. Hell, 3 of my favourite creators have animations that represent them anyway. Primink, The Right Opinion, Colossal is Crazy. So maybe I could just pop on the trends and never come back from my maternity as promised and just use my avatar and stock footage to create my videos. Would y'all be on board with that? But seriously, everything that we have discussed is wild and most a conspiracy, but there's one part that is not a conspiracy, and that's the fact that Spill, Grill and Brew are run by a corporation. Well, you already knew that, huh? But what if I told you that we here at Petty Paige have found out and know who the corporation is behind Spill, Grill and Brew and On the Hill? And what if we also told you that we also knew the journalist, that's right, behind Spill? Stay tuned for part 3, the finale in the YouTube Coinspiracy.